Wow, our screen is really... Hi everyone, MJ here. I'm going to go on full screen mode here. Wow. Now I haven't been on recently. Oh, I got to do this. Hang on. Let me do this. Let me do this. Hold on. Come on. Come on. Let me do this. Thank you. Okay, good. Sorry about that. Yeah, I haven't been on a lot recently. I've been really busy, but I was also sick for many weeks and trying to get back into things after I've been sick. You know, it's just terrible. Anyway, Streamlabs did a bad thing to me this morning. So anyway, I'll talk about that in a few minutes. Tonight I got teachers. Highland cream. Thank you. Better, thank you, and I appreciate it. On YouTube, what I was going to say, I appreciate it, and thanks for coming and saying hi. You know, I know I got to test this. I got my chat box working again. I was telling you that Streamlabs did something bad. Now I'm gonna type hi. Periscope working. See, I today the mobile app that I'm broadcasting from, and it said that it was unable to load my overlays, and it said something about for your security, which I don't get. And then it said you can use the editor and add widgets. Well, you know, I got all this junk up here. In fact, the thing up here, right, is not even... Yeah, it's too light. I've got 2 of those files, and what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to go back and... I don't know, let's see it? See Taiwan Live, and then iVideo anyway is my sponsor. .tw, depending on the platform that you are watching on, either in the description, you will find a URL and a 10% discount code. They have internet services available all over the world, and really, really good if you're traveling, because you can just pick it up at the airport, make arrangements in advance, and there's no waiting. The SIM card line recently to mix it tonight with some soda water. Do like just a scotch and soda. Oh, that's so good. A nice peaty aroma, nice and rich, not too oaky. Definitely a high flavor. So anyway, so Betty and Matthew, thank you so much for joining. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to catch up. A little work done in my boxing in the air conditioner finally. See, is direct input to the console, so I don't have to worry about extraneous noises. But occasionally when I do something using a microphone, and of course when I'm doing singing tracks, yeah, I get a little bit of a bleed from the outside. So my friend Ed is making a custom with a foam in it, and it's got 60 dB down or so. I don't know what that is. I hear that sometimes. I don't know what causes it. I know it's not Restream TV, Streamlab Mobile. But then again, I don't know if it does it on Periscope either. I mean, also. So, yeah, that might be something on Periscope. I'm gonna say, let me just be the connection. Now, I had my second device on. I'm gonna turn it off because I don't need it. I had to make sure that the chat box was working, so. Okay, that'll be good, thanks. I appreciate it. How's the light? It seems really, it seems really super bright. Let me do this because Streamlabs does have exposure. I can do like a decrease. So decrease. Taiwan Gary gifted me. Come on, you kidding me? Wow, how's that? 3-step increase. Decrease. So, all right, I think. Points. I wonder what that is. I wonder what that's on. That platform's on. Anyway, so. All right. There we go. Why am I? Okay. Anyway, never mind. I wonder what. No, I think that was a mistake. I think that was a recent event that wasn't supposed to show. Maybe see if yeah. One more. Now, to my eye, that looks pretty good. It makes the background look a little bit darker. Makes my face look like I have a tan, which I think I do, because it's been really, really sunny. But I think it's okay. So, lost YouTube. Really? Restart. That's bizarre. I don't know why this is happening. That's really bizarre. Let's see if I can get the oil off my face. I've got my Wi-Fi box here. I'm out in the open. I just don't know what's going on. But Periscope is usually the one. Thank you. Periscope is usually the one that's real sensitive, you know, to any dropouts. So I don't know what to tell you. I really don't. Sorry about that. D-Live is good. You can stop D-Live and come back and we'll keep going. I think there's a persistent mode. Hey, Cap, how you doing? Nice to see you. I think there's a persistent mode. Gosh, on YouTube, I'm gonna have to. I don't know. Anyway. It's been a long time since I set this stuff up. So anyway, I want to thank our sponsor, which is hard to see, iVideo.com.tw. I'm going to change to the other one. Yes, Cap, I know. I can tell by your icon. I can tell which platform you're on by the icon, which is cool. That's working pretty well. According to Streamlabs, apparently I'm the only person that's ever gotten that to work, where both platforms converge into the chat box. Directly overhead, above me, excuse me, the D-Live chat box. You look right now, it says D-Live. The D-Live chat box is on the top. Yeah, because the funny thing is I've been using Streamlabs, you know, for quite a while, and I was an early adopter. I loved them. And I decided to start using Restream and, you know, working on multiple platforms, which is a good thing because these days platforms come and go, you know. And so I was talking to them about it, and because on the Restream site, the family is good. The family is very good, actually. Thank you. Phoenix is really coming along. Her personality is really emerging. She's really quite a character. On the Streamlabs site, on the account, you can have a primary and a bunch of secondaries, you know, like Twitch or Mixer, YouTube, Periscope, so forth. And so I merged Periscope and YouTube. And I wrote them an email. Is the purpose of that so, you know, comments come from both platforms into the chat box on Streamlabs? And they said, yes, that is the theory. Okay. I couldn't get it to work until I made Periscope primary. Thanks. When I made Periscope primary, even though I log in on YouTube, I used Periscope, I listed it as primary, then all of a sudden it started working. them at Streamlabs, have you guys done this? Have you gotten it to work? And the answers that I got from them were, I am a Twitch sponsored live streamer and I'm not allowed to stream on any other platform. What, you don't have a test bed like at your office? What, you mean you got to use your personal account? Well, I didn't say that, but I'm thinking, okay. So I was like, do you know if this works? Nope. But we designed it to work, but so apparently I'm the only one. So I've been giving them feedback. I told them about making it primary. And they're like, oh, good, okay, we'll add that to our knowledge base. I'm like, wow, okay. Anyway, I want to talk about something. Because I'm going to talk about getting things done. I'm so far behind on my music, gosh. But I did something really cool. I bought that little drum machine I showed you guys Sunday before last, the almost a triangular shaped thing, the drum pads, and I hooked it up to my Roland drum machine, and it is so easy to configure. I have to do a video on that. It's so easy to get that thing to work with a Roland. That sounds so good. And instead of sitting there and tapping the tiny pads and trying to program drums that way, I'm using drumsticks and I'm hitting these pads, and it sounds great. And I'm not even a drummer, not really. I mean, I used to be when I was a kid. And so what you do is when you're recording drums, you slow it down, and you can do the, and then play back and it's right. So that's what I do. But talk about getting things done. It reminded me several times in my life, and I want you guys to talk about this too. I really need to set up a phone number so you can call in. But has anybody ever blamed you for them not accomplishing something when it didn't with you? It was perception and the fact that they didn't want to do it or didn't know how to do it, but it was convenient to blame you. Yeah, 1-800-254-TALK. That was the old Talk America phone number. Yeah, I would love to do a talk show about this, because let me tell you about a story with me. And anyway, a guy years ago, I don't want to use any names, but a guy years ago was an inventor, and he had an invention. I'm going to tell you what it is because I don't want to reveal anything, but he said that he was interested in selling this invention online, and he had, I don't know, maybe he had like 100 pieces of this thing he had made in boxes. Now this is in the early days of the internet. We're going back to fairly early days, like 99. He wanted me in 1999. He wanted me to do a website for him. These guys, I had another guy want to do a website for me, and he says things to me like, "Can you throw up a shopping cart?" No, you can't throw up a shopping cart on a website. Who's going to process your credit cards? Now remember, this is back before PayPal and stuff. I mean, you needed a real credit card merchant company, and it was a thrash. Nowadays, it's easy because you could just pay PayPal or other online payment plans, and just embed code like a short code in a page, and it points to that. But you got to have part numbers and everything. And then there's tax implications with depending on where your stuff is stored, you might have a tax nexus in a particular state and have to pay state taxes. So no, you can't. So anyway, this person. Okay, well, what you need to do is you need to take pictures of what you got, and you need to write the text that you want. I mean, it's a sales site, and you have to sell people on your idea, so you have to tell them what it is, why it's beneficial to them, why they need it, why they should buy it, and it's cheap, and get it now. That, and there's like a formula to that. It's just ordinary sales. But you have to tell people what the benefit is. This saves time, this saves money, this is good for health, or whatever it is. So I waited, nothing happened. He's got these 100 things in the garage, and his wife told me, she said, so-and-so told me that the reason he's not selling anything on the internet is because of you. And I went, oh, really? Yeah. Okay. Well, this was back in the days when, this was before GoDaddy and many of the other retailers for domains were available. I went through my ISP. That was easy to get them for me and bill me on my bill, which they did. And I got server space, and I got the domain that he wanted, and I set him up basically a blank site, coming soon. And I went to him. I didn't tell him what his wife said because I didn't want to get her in trouble or anything or cause any problems with him. But I said, I set this up because I don't want you to have the impression that you're waiting on me. But as soon as you get pictures, description, you've got part numbers, you've got a merchant account where people can take credit cards and actually order this thing, it's going to say under construction. That's all it's going to say. So, can anyone guess what happened after that? What happened? Tell me what you think. What happened? Nothing. The internet domain expired. He didn't pay the bill on the web hosting, and it got deleted, and the whole thing, it said under construction for a year, and that was the end of it. So, but I'm sure yeah. Well, I didn't care about that. I mean, and I know it sounds like I'm talking disparagingly, but he's a friend of mine. But I don't care about. What I did was I set it up, and I had the ISP send him the bill, and so he paid the the initial setup and everything, but he didn't maintain it, is what I'm saying. So he just got sick of it, and I was available to do it. The other thing too is we live in a world now where everything is so interconnected. You don't have to be in any particular place. Hey, how you doing? Let me see what that is. Oh, Candivu, how you doing? Thank you. Like for example, in my studio, if you want your record mixed by me, and I've done like 500 mixes and 50 albums and stuff. I'm from the 80s. If you want like a big fat, monster 80s gated, all you gotta do is give me a Dropbox or a Google Drive link to your files. I can download them and I can do a mix in the same day. But before that kind of connectivity really kind of struck people in the late 90s, we were still thinking, well, no, you got to come over to my house, man. I got to give you a compact disc, or I got to so I eventually moved away to another state, a couple hours away, and that's probably, quite frankly, what put the kibosh on that. Was this person probably perceived I wasn't available when I was. I was available by telephone, but All I'm saying is he could have emailed me the text. He could have emailed me the pictures, and I could have done the website editing from my house, you know. But back then, already knew. Like nowadays, you would think somebody was crazy. The weird thing is, Dean, how are you? Don't call me sir. How you doing, bro? Got a haircut. I shaved, but I didn't shave today. I spent this afternoon laying in the rack because I wanted to. I understand, Betty. Thank you so much for joining. I always appreciate it. I know you're busy. I really enjoyed your Instagram, Betty. You know, your travel. Never less. And although I talk about the fact that I never want to move back there or anything. All my complaints are about the government. The country is beautiful, and the people are really nice. And I would love to do a trip. I'd love to take a train trip because my friend Grady took a train trip, and I'd love to take a trip through that part of the country. And those pictures that you took and the videos that you took on Instagram, thank you. I appreciate that. Those were good. I hope everybody else saw those too. So, yeah. So, you got free advertising. If you want to put your IG handle, go ahead. But yeah, I've been just trying to catch up on rest and sleep. Now, I've been putting on weight. I don't know if you can tell. I went off my diet, man, and I have been having a little anxiety problems about some things that are going on that I'm not going to talk about yet, but I have some possible things that may go wrong. And you know how it is. When you worry about things, right, it's bizarre, but only about 10% of what you worry about actually happens. But we still worry. But, I'm one of the people that does admittedly turn to food for comfort. I'll go get a piece of chocolate, man, because I don't feel good, and it makes me feel better. And I think rates, and I know about homocysteine. You guys know what I know, and I went off my diet, and I put on about 3.5 kg back on. So I'm putting the brakes on it. So I fasted all day today. I'm drinking my drinking Teachers. Now this has no carbs, and I'm drinking soda water again. I haven't had any carbohydrates today, except the little bit that was in my coffee